Hello, everybody. Can you tell that it's been a while since I've gone live? We're just having some issues, and my assistant is over here having and giving me mean little looks.
Well, I said turn your phone down.
Well, I did
You
turn
turned it
I
up.
turned my phone ringer off, but I didn't turn my volume down. So anyway, welcome. If this is your first time joining me, my name is Sue Sanders. I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Missouri, and I welcome you. If you are watching the replay on YouTube or my Facebook page, thank you very much. Would you all mind doing me a great big favor? Give me a thumbs up on Facebook and on YouTube, subscribe on YouTube, and share my video with others that might be interested in it. We're going to see who joins us here in a little bit. I wanted to share with you, this is my very first Christmas card that I've received in the mail this year, and it is so pretty. I love it. Thank you so much, Charlene. She is a team member of mine, for sending me this beautiful card. Hello, Karen. Welcome tonight. We were having some technical issues for some reason. My camera wasn't wanting to show up. I don't know. Anyway, this is the beautiful card, and this was using the Shining Stars, I believe it was, the embossing um, folder, and then the gold stars that came with that bundle. So, guess what I have? I have the new mini catalog that will be debuting on January 4th. I believe it's January 4th when you can start ordering this. And the Celebration catalog by Stampin' Up! Rules. I can't show you what's on the inside, but I can tell you that there are some fabulous. Oh, I'm frozen.
No, not on my end. You're not.
Okay, not on my end, Karen. I don't know and I don't understand what is going on with my whole system here. It used to work just fine, and now it's not.
Move your hands so I can see if you're frozen. You're not frozen on me.
Okay, I'm not frozen on my end, Karen. So I was just wiggling my fingers to see if I was. Okay. All right. Give me a shout out if you're watching on YouTube. Karen, you might go out and come back in, and that might get you unfrozen.
Not frozen on our end anywhere that I can see.
Okay. All right. Well, hopefully I don't have any more issues with tonight's video. Okay, good. I'm glad that it's not frozen now, Karen. Great. I cannot believe that it's almost been, what, 3 weeks since I've done a live, because I didn't do a recorded one last week. And the week before that was Thanksgiving, and I did do a video then, but it wasn't, it was just kind of a, you could pop in and watch it whenever, and it was making some cute Christmas gift ideas. So anyway, back to the mini catalog. This starts in January and runs through April, and then a celebration where you can earn products for $50 orders or $100 orders, and that runs from January 4th to February 29th. So 2024 must be a leap year. Okay, so I can't show you what's in here, but I can tell you that there are some fabulous new products coming out. So I am really excited about that. I've got my pre-order in for a whole bunch of stuff, and I will be unboxing that. You should all be receiving your catalogs in the mail if you have been a customer of mine and have ordered through 2023. Those were, I just had Stampin' Up! Send them all out. So please, please let me know if you don't receive it by the end of December, so that I can get some ordered and get them for you. Who have I got on YouTube? Do I have anybody on YouTube?
Nope.
Okay, well, I've got 5 people showing up that's watching, and I can't see who they are. If you are watching, please give me a comment that you're here so that I know who I've got on tonight. Because right now I'm only showing one person and I'm seeing that I should have 5. So, question for all of you. Have you ever looked at a set in the catalog and thought to yourself, I'm not real sure. Cherie is here. Okay, Cindy is here. Good, good, good. And disregard my little tabs. I was looking for something today and tabbing my book. Anyway, and thought to yourself, oh, I just don't know what I would do with that stamp set or that die or that punch. That's how I was. Now I got to find my set that I'm going to work with. But I found, here it is, turned right to it. When I first seen the inked and tiled, I wasn't so sure about it. I love the paper. I love the ribbon. But I thought, okay, more flowers. I've got flowers. I don't really need any more. And those punches, I wasn't really sure about. Well, I wanted to go ahead, and I thought, I seen a lot of different cards being made with it. And the more I looked at the catalog, I thought, you know, that punch and that stamp set is really kind of pretty. And I think I'm going to go ahead and get it. So I ordered it and it's come in. So tonight we're going to play with this set along with some of the designer series paper that comes with it. And then we're also going to be using some of the meadow paper, the magical meadow paper that was in the mini catalog. Before I do that, I just can't believe it's been so long since I did a video. I am so out of practice. The winner for our cards that we made, I believe it would have been the 16th of November. These 2 cards here is Mary. So Mary Ash, you are the winner for these 2 cards. Okay, I will bring them to you unless you notify me otherwise that you would like to use them for Christmas cards, and which time then I will send them to you in the mail or get them to you.
It'd be faster just to take them.
I will probably just bring them to you because our mail system is like really bad. I mean, I have packages out and they say they're supposed to be delivered today. Yeah, they didn't get delivered today. Then we had something that was supposed to be in the mail on Tuesday, and the mail didn't show up until 5:30, and it was a certified letter. They never came up to the door to get it signed. When we called, they said an excuse of, well, our drivers have been out till 10:30 delivering because it's so busy this time of year, and they just couldn't take the time to come up to the door to have it signed. So anyway, so I am using several different stamp sets tonight for our greetings, but this is the card that we're going to make. And I am using the Blueberry Bushel cardstock. And then, like I said, I've got the paper from the Magical Meadow suite that will be going out. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, I think the paper's already gone. But you can use any kind of designer series paper with this. You don't have to just use... You've got this bundle and you've never used it, Cherie. Well, let me give you some ideas tonight on how to use it. Okay, so this is the first card that we're going to make. And like I said, I am using the So Sincere stamp set that has the greeting in it, which is, knowing you brings joy to my heart. So that's the inside of the card. And I used the Blueberry Bushel and stamped off once and did my little sprigs and berries. So that's one greeting. Then this was the stamp that I used for the inside, and that's from the Magical Meadow. And I love this hello there. And it's just a perfect little greeting for the front, and it fits on the punch. So I've used that for our stamp sets tonight. So don't be afraid to mix and match your stamp sets, because Sometimes what the cards you're making, you want to use the stamps, the image stamps, but not necessarily the word stamps. So mix and match them. Okay. So what I did to start out with is our cardstock, our base is cut at the 4 1/4 by 11, scored at 5 1/2. So we'll just give that a good burnish. All right. Then I have 2 pieces of the basic white, and they are both cut at the 4 by 5 1/4. And then I punched out using both of the punches. Here's the punches. All right. So you've got like an X and then a star punch. I cut or punched 6 designs from my paper. Hi, Mom. I'm glad you made it. So on my star punch, I did the back side of the paper. So it's all the plain blue. So you want to punch out 6 of those. With the other punch, with the X punch, I used it on the front of the paper, and I just punched out the little designs, and I did 6 of those. I may have an extra one here because, yeah, I do. But that's all right. All right. So the easiest way that I found for me to line these up to be almost perfectly straight and lined up on the edges was I went around my white cardstock, which is my base. Let me get my pencil out here. And I use my leaded pencil. Of course, I can't find it now. It's because somebody has stolen it.
I found that one at my house.
Okay. Oh, good news. Dorothy, tell everybody what your good news is. No. Why? Okay, I'll tell them. Dorothy and Gilbert are moving. Not away from us. That would be too much change. But Dorothy and Gilbert have purchased a new park model trailer. So it's made to be stationary. And it gets moved in here next Tuesday on the 12th. Yes, exciting. It's also kind of terrifying for Dorothy because it's change. But she's going to do just fine. We're just going to be very, very busy next week. So I am taking and marking around my edges of my paper. Let's see, 1/8 of an inch. Okay, so this is probably the hardest part for me because I don't like measurements and I really don't like using a ruler. I know, just something about a ruler that it kind of scares me. Maybe it's the fact that, teachers threatened to snap my knuckles with it when I was in school. So I'm just going around, and this way I know where to place my pieces. I did one and it was really uneven, and so I tried to fix it by cutting it. That didn't work so well, and I thought, well, this I think is probably going to be the easiest way, and I had meant to do this earlier so that you didn't all have to watch me measure and mark, but I had to take a rest today because I was up at 2 o'clock this morning, and so I laid down this afternoon for a little bit so I could feel refreshed for our video tonight. All right, so now I'm just going to draw a light line, and you can erase these lines. I always use my white eraser. I love these kind of erasers. So I use my lead pencil that is easy to erase, and I'm just going to make a light border line, and that way it will tell me where to line up my pieces at so that you can get them more or less even and straight. So does anybody else have any exciting news? Okay. All right. So I know that it is 4 inches wide. So I'm going to mark off my 2-inch, mark it off at 2 inches. So that's my center, and it's 5.5. So I have to figure this in my head now. So 5.5, half of 5 is 2.5, 2 3/4. So I'm going to mark 2 3/4 so that I know that that is my center point right here. So if I do this correctly, but that doesn't look like it's, I guess that's 2 3/4. Yes, it is. It's just my eyes playing tricks on me. Okay. I'm using glue, so I'm going to put my silicone mat here. And when I made this card, I started in my corners. So I'm going to start up here at this left corner, and I'm just going to attach all of my pieces, putting the flat edge. And I work better upside down, so I'm actually going to put it down here. So I'm matching up my 2 corners on the side and the top, and you probably can't see that, but so that's how I've done that. So I'm going to do all 4 of my corners first, so I know that on my top part I have 2 of the X punches. And just lining them right up to that line that I drew. Whoops, don't move on me. Okay. Then I'm going to rotate it around, and I'm going to do the bottom, and I know that I have 2 of the stars, and it looks like I missed a little point, which is okay because that's going to get cut off anyway. So I'm not going to worry too much about that, because you have to cut off just a bit of the points. So now I'm going to lay it squared. So like I said, the points will be oops, that's not the way I wanted it. You want to put the points, or put your bottom line. See, I can't remember what I did yesterday. I'm getting old. No, I was right the first time. You put it squared off. So you square it off so that your point is hanging over the edge a little bit. Okay, see, this one got cut off, but it's going to get trimmed off anyway, so that's okay. So because this is a square, you want to go ahead and line up these square parts with that line on your paper that you drew. Hi, Charlene. Welcome, welcome. Don't forget, everybody, tomorrow I am having a coffee and chat. It's been a month since we did that too. So if you have any questions or want to talk about anything in particular, please join us at 10 o'clock with your favorite beverage. All right, so now that I've got my corners done, if you all didn't come in and weren't here at the very beginning, you all should be receiving your new mini catalog and the celebration catalog here in December. I had Stampin' Up! Just go ahead and send them out to everybody. Not even thinking that with the mail service that runs down here, we would be having issues. But anyway, hopefully it'll all work out. Now I'm going to start filling in my centers and around so that we can make this quilt card. All right, so again, I am just going to center my X between my two, I'm going to call them stars because I don't know what else to call them, leaving just about the same amount of space between them, matching up my lines. Now I'm going to take my star and I'm going to do that. Well, I'm glad your mail is, Cherie, because mine sure isn't. I am just very, very frustrated with what we pay for postage, and then they mess up all the time. And again, put your point over the line so that your square pieces match up right to that line. And we're going to flip this around because when I punch these, I punched tips off of them, not really realizing it. So we're going to, since that's going to get cut off anyway, we're just going to move that around like so. Okay. So we've got our top and our bottom done. Now for the sides. So I know next to this one is going to be a star. So we'll put that one in. And you all might find an easier way for you to do this. This is just the way that it's easiest for me to work it. Because I don't line things up straight all the time. And so I have to have a guide of what I'm doing. So there's that piece. Now we're going to go our center piece. And now we're just going to fill in the middle of the card. So this isn't a hard card, but you do have to have some patience to finish it. Charlene, you should not have had to order them. You should have received one in the mail. You probably, I got mine, let's see, when did I get mine? Wednesday? I got mine on Wednesday. I would give it until maybe next week, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then I would call Stampin' Up! And find out where your catalog is, tell them that you haven't received it, because demonstrators receive their new catalog because Tuesday demonstrators were able to pre-order. And you can still pre-order just by going on online and ordering. Hi, Beverly. If you are not at home right now, that is perfectly fine. You can catch me on replay. Just remember, everybody, leave a comment so that you can be entered in the drawing to win the cards, as well as giving me a thumbs up and subscribing to my channel. And leave comments on YouTube. All right. Now I'm going to go ahead and do this last one here, and then I can put my last one down and make it fit if I have any issues. But I think by doing my lines, everything will be fine. I do notice that that one just didn't get quite up to the line. It's not really hard, Cherie. It's just a little time consuming. Oh, you looking at Christmas lights? Well, that's another story. So Black Friday, I decided that I was going to buy a tree because I didn't really have one. So I bought a little 4.5-foot tree because, of course, it has to be set up on something, because when you have a Daisy around, she would get into it really, really fast, as well as our little doxies. All right, so I don't know if you can see those little points, but I'm just going to take my sticky scissors and I'm going to cut off those points so that they're not hanging over. Okay, and then I am going to emboss this with one of the basic embossing folders. So it's kind of like the little, I don't know, hatch. I don't know what it's called. But anyway, it's this one here that you can put it on the blue. You'll see it better. Okay. So this is the chosen folder that I'm going to use tonight. So give me just a second to put this in through the embossing machine. And I think this really helps to bring out the colors in this card. So how many of you that go to my card club, are you excited about next week's card class and the Christmas party? I am. I've got some really fun ideas. There are so many projects that I want to make with you guys that it would take me a month of Thursdays to do it. Or having a class every single day. So it's kind of hard. I have to come up with just one idea. Oh, you're leaving for Virginia, Charlene. Well, you have a wonderful trip and a Christmas. That sounds like a lot of fun. Merry Christmas to you, too. You may get your card late when you get home because I haven't gotten mine in the mail yet. They're made, but I hope, well, I know you're going to feel better by next Friday, Mom. I just know that. All right, so now that we've got our card all done, we're going to attach this to the front piece. See how pretty that turned out? Can you see the texture on that? I just think that is so pretty. And because this is embossed, I am going to glue it down. I find that sometimes gluing is better than the tape because the glue kind of gets down into those little crevices and adheres to the paper better. So I've got all of the swap cards gathered together. I'm going to get ready to separate those out into our, let's see, my groups. So we are going to put this down just like so. So your little blue points, they kind of go all the way out to the edge of the white. All right. What I didn't do that I should have done, y'all didn't remind me, is I need to erase my pencil marks. And now that I've embossed it, that might be a little bit trickier. Not too many of them show, so I got to talking and not paying attention to what I was doing. It's the story of my life. Oh, I was telling you about our Christmas tree. So I haven't put up a tree for some time. Not because I'm a Scrooge, just because primarily I didn't have room for one. So this year, my granddaughter, Audrey, many of you know her, she really wanted a Christmas tree up at Nana's house. And she wanted to have Christmas Day at Nana's house. Don't ask me why, but that's what her wish was. And so that's what we're going to be doing, is having Christmas afternoon because she's with her dad in the morning and then we get her at 12. So she will have Christmas at Nana's. There we go. Isn't that pretty? I love it, love it, love it. Okay, now we're going to go ahead and do some stamping. And we are using the Blueberry Bushel. And I know I had scrap white paper here. Not that it matters. I have a whole drawer full. Because I don't know where my strip went. Oops. Just like it that I, oh well, we'll just grab a piece. It don't matter. I usually find sometimes that it's easier to punch. Oh gosh, Cherie, I took a 6x6 sheet. I think I got most of them all out of a 6x6 sheet and then maybe another scrap sheet. I don't remember. I just started punching the different shapes. So I'm going to go ahead and punch my white for my verse. And sometimes if I punch it, then I know where I need to place my stamp. So I'm inking up with the Blueberry Bushel. And I'm going to, that hello there fits just right in the center of that. So I really like that. So that's finished. Let's go ahead and do the inside of our card. Well, and that was one reason, Karen, I hadn't used Blueberry Bushel much. And I thought, I really like that color. I think I'm going to make something. I'm sort of kind of holiday Christmas carded out, I guess. I don't know. All right. I guess that's what happens when you start making them in July. Okay, so there is Knowing You Brings Joy to My Heart. I'm going to bring in a piece of scrap paper. And for our little berries and such, I am going to stamp off once, and then I'm going to stamp it in the card. So it gives it a little, just a little something, something inside. All right, this one is just about done. We are going to dimensionalize. That means in my terms, put dimensions on our little pop-up here. And I just made sure that I put one at each of the star points so that it would kind of keep it all even when it goes through the mail. You might think that that's an overkill, but I would rather have too many on it than sagging when the person gets it. Charlene, I don't think that you were on, but thank you so much for my Christmas card. It's beautiful, girl. I love it. I showed it at the very beginning of the video to everybody. So we're just picking all them little bits off of there. Next week, you'll get to see my Christmas nails. I'm getting those done on Tuesday. All right. And I just decided to put my greeting right here, and I kind of lined it up on there, just like so. And now I'm using the iridescent pearls, and I'm going to scatter some of those around in some of the blue areas. So we'll put one up here and one over here and one down here. Okay, and there is our finished card. And we put this on the inside, and then it'll be finished. Okay. I don't know where the month of November went, ladies, but it was like I was not ready for December yet, even though most of all of our Christmas has been purchased. Oh, I didn't tell you my great news. I have not had new furniture for a very long time. So my darling,
a good 20 years, because you and Dad have never owned.
Yeah, Dad, Chuck and I have never owned new furniture. So we've been married 20 years. So I know it's been at least that. We went and we bought a new couch and chair. That was the Christmas to both of us. But he also surprised me with a fireplace television stand, because I've been wanting one of those so bad. And so he surprised me, and that's my Christmas. So I got my Christmas presents early. So I am really excited, and I'm really looking forward to hosting Christmas at my house now that I have furniture to sit on.
You got it early just because Dad couldn't figure out how to
That's
put it
true.
in the house without
That's
making
true.
a mess.
He had talked to Dorothy, and he had said, I think I'll wait and put the TV stand together Christmas Eve after your mom goes to bed. And Dorothy said, I don't think that would be a really good idea, Dad, because you won't know how to clean the house up after you move everything. So anyway, I got it early. So we've been able to enjoy it. Yes, Karen, it does look like a quilt. Well, my kitchen table is way old. I don't even want to guess at how old it is, but all right. Our next card is also using, but this is the one that I cased out of the catalog. So it's using the same punch or punches, but I'm only using one. And this time I am using the stamp set. I'm using this leaf, this flower, and this little, I call it a little starburst flower. So we're using that. I am using Lost Lagoon as my card base. And as you can see, I have used a lot of different pieces out of this, but this is the paper that goes with that. So it's really, really pretty paper, and you could do any one of these with this design here because they coordinate so well together. All right. In fact, I even punched some out I was going to make another card to show y'all, but time ran out. However, I did have these done yesterday, so I am proud of myself that I didn't have to rush to get them done today. I am using another stamp set, which is the something special, I believe, because it says your kindness is so appreciated. So that one we're going to use on the inside. Okay, get all this stuff set up so that I know where I'm at. We have our inside card base that measures 4 by 5 1/4. That's the inside. Here's my piece of white scrap paper. It was in the wrong basket. Then I have 2 pieces of the designer series paper. I have this piece here, and it measures 4 by 5 1/4. And then I have this piece of layer, and it measures 3 3/4 by 5. This is the card that we're making. And then this is the inside of it. Okay, so I have never really tried stamping like this on a piece of designer series paper, but I really liked how this turned out. So I guess those artists at Stampin' Up! Knows what they're doing whenever they put those pictures in the catalog, right? And our card base is just the normal 5 1/2 by 4 1/4 scored at, or 5 1/2 by 8 1/2 scored at 4 1/4. And the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to take our star punch, and we are going to punch a star out down here. And what I did was I pushed it all the way into my punch so that it touched the back of my punch, and I lined up my left-hand side of the paper to the very edge of my punch, and then I punched it. And you want to make sure that you get it straight, so I'm just double checking my lineup here. Did y'all know that if you squeezed your punch just a little bit, it'll hold your paper in place? So there is our piece for that. Now I am going to use the same punch, and I'm going to punch it out of white. And we are going to start doing our stamping, and our stamping for this one says thank you. And I am doing that in Lost Lagoon. And we're going to put that right in the center of that. Looks good. I think I better put my glasses on. Hi, Anna. I'm not on YouTube today. I should be. I'm doing it through StreamYard. I'm glad you found me on Facebook, though. I'm going to try that just a little bit bolder. And I can't get into YouTube while I'm on Facebook in my in StreamYard. Because it should be going on YouTube too. Oh, rats. That one's trash. Get another piece. So I have no idea, but I was having some difficulties getting in tonight anyway, so I don't know. But I'm glad that you found me over here, Anna. I hope everything is going well for you. All right, stamp it back up. Okay. Oh, you just love seeing me on your big TV. Well, it's a good thing you don't see my face then and only see my hands. All right. So while we've got this out, we're going to go ahead and stamp our inside greeting. Yeah, Karen, I think it's what you stamp and what the DSP looks like. Like I said, I haven't really done much of it. I guess because I like to hoard my DSP and I don't want to ruin it. So, okay, so now I'm just going to stamp my inside greeting and hope that it's straight. Looks good. And on the inside, I put my leaves. And I did stamp off my leaves a little bit because Lost Lagoon is very dark. So here is full strength. Maybe I didn't. No, I guess I didn't. I did it full strength because it is a distinctive stamp where it's supposed to look like it's not all filled in. So we'll just give it a little bit of stem there at the bottom. There we go. So our inside is done. All right, so on our outside piece, and I should have stamped first and then punched my hole, but I didn't. I did it backwards. We're going to take our big flower and we're going to take, nope, back it up, Sue. I'm going to take Pool Party and I'm going to use Pool Party for my leaves because I don't want it real dark. So we're cleaning that Lost Lagoon off. And Pool Party is one of the colors that goes with this pack of paper. Okay, and I believe, yep, I stamped off. And now I'm just going to kind of stamp those leaves up here on that paper. So there's that. And then we're going to take our crushed curry and we're going to stamp our flower. And like I said, I'm going to try something here and see if it works. Yeah. I'm going to stick my little punched out piece back in there. I got to turn it this way. I can sometimes get a better focal point on it when I turn it. Stay in there. And we're going to use that full strength for our crushed curry. And we're going to stamp it right on top, making sure that you have just a little bit of that stem sticking out from where your die is going to, or your stamp is going to be. So see there's our flowers now. Now that little sunburst that I said, we're going to just kind of go around and we're going to do this with second generation. We're going to stamp off and then we're going to stamp it, stamp off. And you're just kind of very lightly putting a couple of these around. Just kind of add something to it, and you don't want to get overzealous with it. So I've got 4 on there now. We're going to go ahead and do a 5th one so that it's an odd number. We'll do it right there. All right. Clean off these stamps so that they don't get accidentally onto my cardstock, because that would be my luck. All right, so we have all of the stamping done. We have all of our punching done. Now let's put this easy card together, because you will not believe how easy this goes together. We're going to lay down our DSP and you could use anything, any 2 coordinating colors that you wanted to. I just chose these 2. So it's cased from the catalog, but not exactly, because the DSP that they used, I didn't want to use because it has really pretty big flowers on it. So I like this lined stuff just as well. So that's going to go straight down on your card base. Now your second DSP is going to get popped up with dimensionals. And I am going to use some of my skeletons for this, because I have so many, I think. Maybe not. Let's see what I got in this package. Otherwise, we'll use the regular ones. I just like to use up those skeletons if I can, but yeah, there's some more. Okay. All right. So don't waste your strips, ladies. If you've got, all the side strips for your dimensionals, don't waste that. Go ahead and use those as part of your pop-ups. You just kind of cut them apart and use them. And I am putting dimensionals around my little punch out, but you don't want them too close, because we're going to slide in our greeting. So you just want to make sure that you don't get it too close to that punch out. Okay. Another piece there. And we have a small spot down there. We'll put a regular one there. So if it's kind of a narrow spot, yeah, go ahead and use your regular we won't use that one right yet. Oops, that one must have been cut. I have got to get all of these little bits used up. Make room in my drawer for more. Just so that it's all around the edges, I'm going to put a piece there that was cut. Waste not, want not, because I don't want to throw away these pieces. Okay, and I think right there, will the big one fit there? Yes, it will. Okay, I just have the bottom down here to put on. That looks pretty good. I am going to use one here just to fill in this. I like to have the sides pretty well filled in. And I think I'm going to put another one right down here at the bottom. I don't feel so bad if I'm using, oh, this one has to be moved though. Remember I said not to put it too close? I put it too close because I want to make sure that I can get my greeting slid in to that space. So we're going to back it up and go here. Okay, I think that one might be a little close. I think I can save this one though and put it right there. Okay, we're going to take all of our bits off. So who all has great big plans for Christmas? I know that Charlene is going to Virginia. That sounds like fun. Anybody else traveling for Christmas?
I am. Across the driveway.
Dorothy's traveling. She's just traveling across the driveway. We didn't go out of town last year for Christmas because Noah came home. This year he's not getting to come home. And normally when he doesn't come home, we go out of town. But
since I decided I needed to buy a house.
she was being an adult and decided to buy a house. So that was, and you're all the way to Lake Ozark. Where are you going, Pat? To JU. I don't know where JU is, but have a nice trip, Mom. Okay, now you're going to put this piece of DSP slightly on an angle. So you want to kind of match up this corner to the bottom corner over here on the blue. And you want to make sure that you're not, that it's going to fit all on your other designer paper, except for right up here at the top. It does go right to the edge of your card. Okay, and that's perfectly okay, but it's just a little bit off on an angle. We're going to go ahead and attach our inside. And I opted not to put any embellishments on this, just because the top front of the card was already popped up all the way. But you could if you wanted to. But I liked it just the way it looked. Now with this, we are going to use some glue. Yeah, a lot of times doing it on an angle gives it a whole different, okay, you too, Mom, coming across the driveway. Yes. Mom hasn't been feeling real well the last couple days, so, you know, Cherie, that's what Dorothy said. She says, that angle would drive me crazy. But when you look at it, because I stamped the flowers straight up and down, the angle doesn't really bother me that bad. All right. So I've just put glue, and now I'm just going to slide this piece, and I'm going to use my my take your pick tool, which was somewhere, but here's, I'll just use this one. I'm going to just use my spatula, take your pick, and I'm just going to kind of lift up around the edge where I popped it up and force fit, if you must, that punched out piece. You don't really have to force fit it too bad. And then you just want to press it down and make sure that it's adhered. Okay. So there is card number 2. Let me get all the stuff moved out of the way, and I will drop everything on the floor so that I have to find it later. Do y'all do that? Drop everything on the floor? I do. It's like all the time. Especially my garbage. I need to vacuum. Oh, I forgot to tell you, not only did I get new furniture and a new television stand, I also got a new area rug. Covers up some of my nasty old, over 30-year-old carpet. I tell you. And I really like this rug. So All right, so here are the cards that we made tonight. I hope you like them. Comment and tell me which one is your favorite. Okay, we'll put it this way. So this is the first one and this is the second one. Cherie likes number 1. I think this is just so bright and cheery. This one is more muted in the neutral colors. Charlene, you like making the layers wonky. Yeah. Cindy McGee likes number 2. Charlene likes number 2. Pat likes number 1. So we're kind of all over. Everybody kind of likes them about the same if you wanted to take a vote on it. So anyway, well, ladies, I appreciate you joining me tonight. I am so happy that you like number 2 the best, huh, Karen? Well, that's because it's got flowers on it. And it's not pinks. So, anyway, I will be back next Thursday night, which is the 14th, with another Thursday night class for you. If you haven't thought about this bundle, it is in the annual catalog. Go take a look at it and kind of look and see what they've made in the catalog and case some of their cards. That's how I did this one, was I cased a card. And I've got a couple more ideas that I want to use with this. So until next week, ladies, have a great weekend, and we will see you on the 15th. Bye, everybody.